And now, let's talk about something you probably didn't expect from the Taliban. They're building stuff. I mean, no one expected them to turn Afghanistan into Dubai or something, but their current agenda seems to go beyond roads and schools. The main topic of today's episode is the Taliban's plan to dominate Central Asia water resources. Afghanistan is rich in water resources, especially surface water. The country has 640 meters of water per person annually. This makes it 13 times the world average. Most of this comes from snowmelt of the Hindu Kush mountain range. These waters flow through two major rivers, the Helmand and the Hari River. The Helmand Basin covers 18,000 square miles, while the Hari River Basin covers 12,000 square miles. They spill over into neighboring countries. So Afghanistan basically has a monopoly on the headwaters of these rivers, while that gives them an advantage in controlling the water downstream. Their biggest project is called the Koshepa Canal Project. It's officially listed as one of the top 10 largest engineering marvels in the world. Why? Well, because it will become the largest man-made canal in Asia. The canal will be 29 kilometers long and 12 meters deep. It will carry water from the Amu Darya River in northern Afghanistan to the Hari River in the west. The length of the canal means that it will divert 20% of the entire Amu Darya River to the Hari River Basin. That's a lot of water. The water will be used to irrigate 550,000 hectares of farmland. For context, that's roughly the size of Singapore. This will turn the Hari River into a year-round flowing river instead of its current seasonal schedule. Basically, this will make the western part of Afghanistan a breadbasket. They already produce wheat, corn, rice, cotton, and pomegranates here. But with the canal, they should be able to double or triple production. This will stabilize the food supply and prevent famines. And famines were a big problem in Afghanistan before the Taliban took over. In the 1990s, when the country was torn by civil war, over 1 million Afghans died of starvation. A UN report found that over 3.2 million Afghans face severe food insecurity, and more than 1 million children suffer from malnutrition. The food crisis is not due to a lack of agricultural land. Afghanistan has plenty of it. The issue is the lack of water for irrigation. Colorado Canal will solve that issue. The Taliban say that 80% of the Afghan population depends on agriculture, and that agriculture contributes 25% of the country's GDP. With this project, they hope to revitalize the economy of rural Afghanistan. Of course, water is a sensitive issue for Afghans. After all, they live in one of the driest countries in the world. Despite having so much water, Afghanistan is one of the most water-stressed nations on Earth. The water scarcity stems from bad policies and corruption. During the U.S. occupation, the Americans built several infrastructure projects. But time and time again, the Afghans complained about how the government wasted their money. Take the Kajaki Dam project, for example. The U.S. spent $80 million to build a dam in 2004. But less than 2 years later, the dam collapsed due to poor construction. Corruption is also rampant in the water sector. According to an Australian newspaper, at least $160 million meant for rural water projects ended up in the pockets of corrupt officials. Apparently, the rest will come from the UAE and Qatar. But either way, the Taliban sees the canal as a matter of national security. There are other projects as well. Reports say that the Taliban is rebuilding almost 1,000 meters of roads in the country. They're also renovating the Kabul-Kandahar highway. And according to them, this highway will be completed by April 2024. Aside from that, they're building 5 new hydroelectric dams. And they've got a bunch of smaller projects going on as well, like restoring irrigation canals, building greenhouses, sinking tube wells, and building small check dams. Right now, the Taliban is busy gathering resources to fund these projects. Just a few months ago, they launched a national campaign to collect metals and minerals. It's called the Campaign to Collect and Sell Metals and Minerals. They asked every family in the country to give at least 1 kilogram of metal items. The metals can be anything from old pots and pans to cell phone parts and car parts to lists. Believe that this campaign is also about curbing smuggling? Since the takeover, the Taliban has fought to control the lucrative cross-border trade in lapis lazuli, a semi-precious stone. The gem is mostly smuggled out of the country through Iran and Pakistan. But one of the biggest infrastructure projects in Afghanistan isn't done by the Taliban themselves. It's done by China. China is building a new city near Kabul. The Taliban government calls it Kabul New City, and it's being developed by China's state-owned Polytechnologies company. Reports say that the new city will cover 722 kilometers and include 250,000 residential units. It's designed to house 1.123 million people. What's interesting about this project is that it's happening in a no-man's land. The area where the city is being built was previously used by U.S. troops. Basically, China is building this city from scratch. China has invested heavily in the Belt and Road Initiative, including billions in Afghanistan. The same goes for the United Arab Emirates and Qatar. They've pledged to invest millions in the Afghan economy, but only if the Taliban respect intellectual property rights. All things considered, it seems like the Taliban is ready to play the long game. But now it looks like they want to stay in power for the long term. To do that, they need to tackle issues like poverty and hunger. And the best way to do that is by investing in infrastructure. Some analysts point to the economic blockade imposed by Iran, Uzbekistan, and Tajikistan as the reason for this change. All three countries closed their borders to the Taliban after the takeover. They banned trade and travel. This left Afghanistan with very few trading partners, only Pakistan, China, and Russia. And this made it hard for Afghanistan to do international trade. They don't want to depend on Pakistan or Iran for trade. Instead, they want to work directly with China and Russia. The recently inaugurated rail line between the two countries is a prime example of this. And speaking of China, they are expanding their influence in Afghanistan, but not just in Afghanistan, throughout Central Asia. A few weeks back, China's President Xi Jinping visited Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, and Tajikistan. He signed several agreements related to trade and energy. But the big-ticket item was transportation. China wants to expand their $60 billion mega corridor that runs through Afghanistan into Central Asia. This will connect China's western region of Xinjiang to the Central Asian republics. The project consists of 5 corridors. One goes from Kashgar to Yarkand in Pakistan. The second one goes from Kashgar to Kabul and then to Tehran. The third one connects Karachi in Pakistan to Tehran. The fourth one links up with the Trans-Afghan Railway that connects Herat in Afghanistan to the Iranian border. And the fifth one connects Uzbekistan and Tajikistan to the Chinese border. The project also includes road routes and pipelines. It will allow China to transport oil, gas, minerals, and other goods through Central Asia. This will help diversify China's supply lines away from the Malacca Strait. It will also open up new markets for Chinese goods. But the flip side is that it will give China undue influence over Central Asia. That's why the visit was strongly opposed by the United States and its allies. In conclusion, the Taliban might actually be serious about staying in power. It won't be easy, though. Still a lot of opposition both inside and outside Afghanistan. Only time will tell if the Taliban is serious about nation building, or if they just playing the long game. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Do subscribe for more updates.